For KBRFradio.com News, I'm Derek Sidian, and this is the weekly news recap, brought to you by Fergus Falls Monument, online at foreverstonmemorials.com, memorials that matter, and Lilligards, your local Mahindra dealer on Highway 13 West, Wahpeton. The family of the Fargo man who nearly drowned in Little Detroit Lake in Minnesota is asking for help as he recovers. 24-year-old Sterling Buchholz was swimming on the beach in Detroit Lakes the afternoon of July 6th and didn't resurface. Buchholz's uncle says dozens of people quickly formed a human chain and found him without a heartbeat. He was rushed to the hospital and is still in the ICU. Buchholz's condition has dropped from critical to stable, and he's able to breathe on his own. All his organs have been compromised, and he has a long healing process ahead, but he could fully recover after extensive therapy. Buchholz and his mother will be out of work for some time as she's taking time off work to be with her son. A Lend a Hand Up has been created to help the family. At around 12:15 Tuesday afternoon, the Minnesota State Patrol responded to a semi-truck versus car crash outside of Carlos, north of Alexandria. According to officials, both vehicles were traveling north on Highway 29 near Prairie Road Northwest when they collided. 16-year-old William Raymond Thornburg of Alexandria suffered non-life-threatening injuries and was transported to Alamere Hospital for treatment. The 42-year-old semi-driver from Parkers Prairie was uninjured. At around 7:40 Wednesday evening, the Minnesota State Patrol responded to a single-vehicle motorcycle accident in Deer Creek. According to officials, the motorcycle operator was heading north on Highway 29 when he lost control, causing him to be ejected from the seat. 59-year-old John Franklin Donson of Park Rapids suffered non-life-threatening injuries and was transported to Astera Health for treatment. State troopers are reporting that Donson was wearing a helmet and alcohol was involved in the accident. At around 3:17 Wednesday afternoon, the Wadena County Sheriff's Office responded to a single-vehicle rollover north of Sebeka in Red Eye Township. Law enforcement, fire and rescue, and medical personnel responded to the scene and found a pickup with damage consistent with a rollover. They also found 5 individuals outside the vehicle, who all had been occupants of the vehicle when the crash occurred. 3 of the 5 had been ejected from the vehicle during the crash, and 2 had exited the vehicle on their own afterwards. The occupants had injuries that were described as minor to critical by medical personnel on scene. It was learned that 4 of the occupants were juvenile males and 1 occupant was an adult male. 3 medevac helicopters and 1 ambulance were brought in to transport 4 of the occupants from the scene. 1 occupant was transported from the scene by his parents. Speed is believed to be a possible contributor to the cause of the crash. Driver impairment is not believed to be a factor at this time. No names are being released as this crash is still under investigation. The condition of the injured occupants is unknown at this time. Late last week, 34-year-old Jamel Devin Robinson of St. Louis Park was sentenced to 18 months in jail for stealing a vehicle in Perham. At around 7:45 on the morning of December 20th, 2022, the Perham Police Department responded to McDonald's in Perham regarding a motor vehicle theft. Officers met with the owner of the vehicle, who stated that he went into the fast food restaurant and left his vehicle running. When he returned, the vehicle was gone. A stolen vehicle report was completed 9 days later. Officials received a report from the Eden Prairie Police Department in Hennepin County indicating that the stolen vehicle had been involved in a police chase. Officials from Eden Prairie confirmed that Robinson was the driver of the vehicle and was arrested. On July 11, 2024, Robinson pled guilty to theft of a motor vehicle as part of a plea agreement and has been sentenced to a total of 18 months at the Minnesota Correctional Facility in St. Cloud. West Central Initiative welcomes Ben Shire as Director of Civic Partnerships and Griffin Peck as Climate Resilience Officer, bolstering the organization's regional development work. Shire will engage with government entities, communities, and organizations to foster strong public sector partnerships and advocate for regional needs at legislative levels. Peck will spearhead efforts to help communities adapt to climate change by sharing resources, building capacity, and providing technical assistance. Otter Tail County has opened a request for applications for the opioid settlement funds. The goal of the funds is to save lives and support strategies to fight the opioid and substance use crisis. Otter Tail County's expected portion of the settlements is around $3.1 million. The Otter Tail County Advisory Council and Core Planning Workgroup welcomes applications for projects that are evidence-based or evidence-informed. They also welcome innovative evidence-informed or promising practices to culturally specific programs to be included in the proposal. The deadline to submit an application for funds is August 30th. The Minnesota DNR reports zebra mussels have been discovered in 3 more lakes in the state. Invasive species have been found at Union Lake in Polk County and First Silver and Heilberger Lakes in Otter Tail County. The DNR is urging Minnesotans to remain vigilant and keep an eye out for these mussels, particularly as they can attach to boats and other hard surfaces, making it easier for them to spread to other lakes and colonize new habitats. At the Fergus Falls District School Board meeting on Monday morning, the board officially announced that they were going to be pushing for a new vote for a new elementary school to be put on this year's general election ballot. This proposal is similar to the one residents voted against in May, but with a few changes. The district superintendent, Jeff Drake, says that while the original proposal was one question that would total $54.8 million, this proposal will be split into 2 questions on the ballot, together costing $49.75 million. The first question on the ballot will ask if the school board will be authorized to issue $48.84 million in bonds to provide funds for the acquisition and betterment of school sites and facilities, including the construction and equipping of a new grades 3 through 5 elementary school facility. The board has made some changes to lower the price, like proposing the building be around 96,000 square feet instead of the original 102,000. The second question asks, if the first question is approved, shall the school board also be authorized to issue $910,000 in bonds for the construction of soccer and baseball fields at the new facility? Drake says that more information will come out as the general election in November gets closer. This has been the Weekly News Recap, brought to you by Fergus Falls Monument, online at foreverstonmemorials.com, memorials that matter, and Lilligards, your local Mahindra dealer on Highway 13 West, Wahpeton. For KBRFradio.com news, I'm Derek Sidian. Subscribe to the KBRF Radio YouTube channel and tune in every Friday at 12:30 to stay up to date with local news. Get more news at KBRFradio.com or on the Fergus Now app. Sign up for email news sent right to your inbox, delivered by Cooper's Office Supply.